Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. In the last class, I mean in part 3 and 4 video classes, we have seen about the preparations of ethers like a dehydration of alcohols, and one more is Williamson's ether synthesis. Mainly we have now finished the 4 methods of preparations. Now remaining 2 methods are there beta, they are only for objective point of view. After completion of that 2, we are going to discuss about the physical properties of ethers. Okay, right. Continuation in ether preparations, part 5 video class. 4 methods of preparations are over, and this is your 5th method of preparation from Grignard reagent. By using Grignard reagent, how to prepare the ether, that one we are going to discuss now. Oh, directly I am going to give you in the form of equation method. From Grignard reagent, what is the formula of Grignard reagent? RMgx, it upon reaction rate, lower halogenated ether. Sir, what is the formula of lower halogenated ether? R bonded to O, O bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to X. This is the compound name, that is nothing but lower halogenated ether. Lower halogenated ether. And RMgx, it is nothing but what beta? Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagent and reaction with lower halogenated ether, it is going to form the product. The product is nothing but, by following the mechanism here, nucleophilic substitution. Sir, how? In Grignard reagent, always magnesium metal charge positive, respective alkyl group charge is nothing but negative. And in lower halogenated ether, what is the charge of halogen beta? Negative charge. So X minus goes to be replaced by R minus, nothing but one nucleophile goes to be replaced by another nucleophile. Just in place of X minus, we have to be write R minus group nana. So what we will get the product here? R bonded to O, O bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to X minus, replaced by R minus. Simply we can write here R group nana. So this is your lower halogenated ether, and it was converted into one alkyl group increase ho gaya. So here we can say that higher ether. So lower ethers, they can be converted into higher ethers upon reaction with what beta? Grignard reagent. Sir, how to write the byproduct? One magnesium is there, 2 halogens are there. That means we can remove here in the form of MgX2. Samjhana? Good. Yeah, let me write one example. In place of R, I am going to write CH3. CH3 bonded to Mg, and here what is the atom is there beta? X, that is nothing but halogen. Here we can write Cl. So what is the name of this compound? The name of this compound is methyl magnesium, what beta? Chloride. Methyl magnesium chloride. CH3 MgCl, methyl magnesium chloride, it upon reaction with lower halogenated ether. यहाँ पर भी मैं CH3 बोल के लिखना चाहता हूँ. CH3 bonded to O, and O bonded to what beta? CH2, and it connected to X, nothing but halogen. The halogen is nothing but, you suppose, that is Cl. So it upon heating, same thing. What is the name of this compound? Monochloromethyl. Monochloromethyl. And the entire functional group in this compound is nothing but what beta? Ether. So Grignard reagents for reaction with monochloromethyl ether. Again same thing, Cl minus goes to be replaced by CH3 minus. So what will be your product? CH3 bonded to O, and O bonded to what beta? CH2. Cl minus goes to be replaced by CH3. This is your product. One side ethyl group and another side methyl group is there. So simply we can say that ethyl methyl ether. This is your product. Okay. And what will be the byproduct here? Here one Mg is there and 2 Cl's are there, and they goes to be removed in the form of MgCl. So that like that now. Lower ether 2 carbon, but higher ether 3 carbon. So lower ethers can be converted into higher ethers on reaction with what beta? Grignard reagent. Next, last and final method of preparation. The method name is called alkoxymercuration. Alkoxymercuration and demercuration. So here how many steps are there beta? 2 steps are there. One is alkoxymercuration and one more is nothing but demercuration. By following these two concepts, here we are going to prepare the ether. Sir, which compounds undergo alkoxymercuration and demercuration to prepare ether, especially alkene? What beta? Alkene. Symmetric or unsymmetric, no problem. But in case of symmetrical alkene, you won't get any variation. I am going to show you the variation in unsymmetrical alkenes. So the unsymmetrical alkene formula is propene. CH3 bond CH, double bond CH2. What is the name of this compound beta? Propene, and also we can say that 1-propene. 1-propene undergo the process alkoxymercuration. Alkoxymercuration, nothing but reaction with mercuric acetate. 1-propene on reaction with mercuric acetate, HgOAc, taken twice. This is the step of mercuration. But here which type of mercuration? Alkoxymercuration. Nothing but addition of alcohol will be takes place. Yes. Upon addition of alcohol, which changes are going on here? Mercuric acetate. Here how many acetate ions are there beta? 2 acetate ions are there. One of the acetate ion combines with H plus and goes to be removed in the form of ACOH, nothing but acetic acid. Okay, na? Good. And remaining all we have to be attack upon propane. Yes, I am going to write here CH3 bonded to CH. Double bond we have to be converted to single bond. And the remaining group is nothing but what beta CH2. Samajh gaye? Yeah. Double bond changes to single bond. That means only upon mercuration. Nothing but attacking of mercury. Yes. Mercury diacetate. Here 2 acetate ions are there. But already I have told you one of the acetate ion removed in the form of acetic acid. But one more acetate ion will be there, na beta? Yes. So we have to be say like this, HgOAc. This is your intermediate complex. The name of this complex is called mercurinium complex. Mercurinium complex. समझ के ना बेटा? Is in that complex central metal is mercury beta. Now upon that mercurinium complex, we have to attack alkoxy group. Where is alkoxy? Which is coming from the alcohol. Alcohol formula ROH. Okay, now it contains H plus and RO minus. So RO minus is nothing but nucleophile. It goes to be attacks upon mercurinium complex, especially at more crowding site. So this is the more crowding site because of it connected to 3 sites here. So upon that more crowding site, now alkoxy group attacking will be takes place. So what is the alkoxy group? RO minus, nothing but nucleophile. It attacks H, more crowding site. As per alkoxymercuration and demercuration rule, nucleophilic attack, nothing but alkoxy attack going to be takes place on more crowding site. So by the back attack or anti-attack of nucleophile, here bond delocalization will be takes place. And followed by, we have to do second step, that is nothing but demercuration. Sir, how to do demercuration? By using sodium borohydride, NaBH4. So by using NaBH4, we have to do what beta? Demercuration. And it going to be act as reducing assay, means here we have to provide 2 hydrogens. Okay, na? Yeah. Where we have to use these 2 hydrogens, I am going to show you in the product. CH3 bond CH, okay, I am going to write here. Back attack of alkoxy group, nothing but it connected to OR. And here, what is the bond is there? Single bond. One of the hydrogen given to CH2 and CH2 goes to the CH3. Samjhe na? 1, 2, 3, nothing but propane, but second carbon connected to alkoxy group. So what will be its name beta? 2-alkoxy propane. This is your IUPAC name. 2-alkoxy-propane. So it is an example of what beta? Ether. ROR. And remaining free mercury also you are getting here. Okay, I am going to write here plus Hg. And remaining OAc, acetate ion, okay, now takes 1 hydrogen and goes to be removed in the form of ACOH, nothing but acetic acid. Sanjay, clear? So listen carefully, reactant is propene and product is 2-alkoxy-propane. Nothing but from reactant to product, we can say clearly addition of alkoxy group takes place. Alkoxy group contains the charge is negative charge, and as per Markovnikov rule, negative part of the reagent goes to be attacks upon carbon which contains less number of hydrogen atom. So second carbon contains less number of hydrogen atom. It goes to be attacked by negative part like this. Nothing but here which rule you applied? Markovnikov rule we have to be applied. So we can say as per my point of view, very important information. Alkoxy mercuration and demercuration follows which mechanism? Markovnikov rule. Yes, they have to follow the Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's addition of what takes place? Water. No beta here. Alkoxy mercuration means, okay, it follows Markovnikov rule, but addition of what will be takes place? Alcohol. So it follows Markovnikov rule as per addition of what beta? Water molecule. And next we have to be say that it contains two steps, alkoxy mercuration, and one more is nothing but demercuration. And one more thing try to remember, in this reaction no rearrangement will be takes place. Migration of H plus to H minus to CH3 minus, like that rearrangements won't be takes place in case of alkoxy mercuration and demercuration. And one more thing Nana, in this reaction no more carbocation formation will be occurred. Carbocation भी यहाँ पर form नहीं हो सकते. And one more thing is H plus attacks upon first carbon, CH2 becomes CH3. O minus, OR minus attacks upon second carbon. Yes, I am going to be right here. Nothing but attacking of H plus and OR minus takes place from opposite sides of the double bond. So we have to be say that this is nothing but what beta? Anti-addition reaction, and also we can say that stereo-specific reaction. Anti-addition, or we can say stereo-specific reactions. So these are your two methods of preparations which are left in the previous class. Then these two both are important for objective point of view. And remaining physical properties of ethers now I am going to be discussing. Yes, remaining methods of preparation, physical properties of ethers. Physical properties of ethers, like melting point, like boiling point, and also solubility, and also what beta density, and next one is order, like that all physical properties we are going to discuss now. Okay, physical properties of what beta ethers. So in the number one physical property I want to discuss about that physical states. Right. So first of all here I am going to mention two formulas, try to focus better. CH3 bonded to O, again O bonded to CH3. So what is the name of this compound? Here we can say that dimethyl ether. And also we can write another compound, CH3 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. And here we can say that ethyl methyl ether. Only these two compounds from ether, they are going to be exist in the form of gaseous nature. And sir, what about other ethers? And all other ethers, they are going to be exist as liquids. Nothing but this are colorless and volatile liquids. So once again beta, dimethyl ether and ethyl methyl ether, these two ethers, they are going to be exist in which physical state? Okay, in gaseous form. And all other ethers, they are nothing but the colorless and highly volatile liquids. Next, another physical property I want to tell you, that is nothing but the odor. Odor ka meaning smell beta. So which type of smell they are going to be exhibit? So especially I want to say that most of the ethers, they are having a characteristic odor, that is nothing but ethereal smell. And also we can say that pleasant smell. And here I want one of the example I want to mention here beta. C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5, means diethyl ether. Diethyl ether, it contains one of the characteristic smell, that is nothing but we have to say that pleasant odor. Due to its pleasant odor, we have to say that it causes temporary unconsciousness. That's why we have to say that it can be used in anesthesia also beta. Good. Now next information I want to discuss, that is about the solubility. solubility के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे बेटा. So what will be the information about solubility here? Yes, here I am going to say that smaller ethers, and also we can say that lower ethers. Sir, which ethers we have to be considered as smaller or lower ethers? Okay, now minimum, or we can say that which are having up to 3 carbons. So the ethers up to 3 carbons, they are nothing but the smaller ethers, or we can say lower ethers. So smaller ethers, they can highly soluble in water. They can highly soluble in what बेटा? Water. Nothing but highly miscible in water. Completely mixed हो जाते हैं. So reason is why? Because of smaller ethers, they can highly soluble in water due to the formation of reason is nothing but intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. So between smaller ether and water, we can see the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Sir, how the intermolecular hydrogen bond is forming between smaller ether and water? I am going to show you. Ether, R bonded to O, again O bonded to R. What is the formula of water molecule? H2O. H bonded to O, again O bonded to H. Again ether formula. What none? O bonded to R. Again here also we can say that O bonded to R. Here oxygen charge is partial negative and hydrogen charge is nothing but partial positive. Again here also hydrogen contain partial positive and oxygen contain partial negative. Here we can see the existence of hydrogen bond, which is denoted by the symbol is dotted line. So due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond between water and ethereal oxygen, smaller ethers, they can be easily mixed with water molecule. Subject clearly? And one more point I want to tell you. First, suppose, try to remember this point. Molecular weight is always inversely proportional to solubility. Inversely proportional to solubility. Okay, na beta? So molecular weight is always inversely proportional to solubility. What is the meaning of this concept? I want to tell you here. So the meaning of this concept is, as the molecular mass increases, their solubility in water goes to be decreased. So reason is why. First, suppose molecular weight increases means number of carbons and hydrogen goes to be increased. That means we have to say that hydrocarbon part increases. Hydrocarbon part increases. Sir, speak slowly. Right, hydrocarbon part increases. So due to increase of hydrocarbon part, and hydrocarbon part is nothing but, we have to be say that hydrophobic part. Which part beta? Hydrophobic. Hydrocarbon part, or we can say hydrophobic part, which is insoluble in water. So due to increase of molecular weight means due to increase of hydrocarbon part, but hydrocarbon part is nothing but what? Hydrophobic in nature, does not soluble in water. So due to increase of molecular weight, due to increase of hydrocarbon part, as the hydrocarbon part goes to be increased, the respective solubility in water goes to be decreased. So the relation is nothing but inversely proportional. Samjhe na beta? Good. And one more point try to remember. Okay, smaller ethers are highly soluble in water. What about higher ethers? Maybe smaller, maybe higher, whatever that may be. All types of ethers, they can soluble in organic solvents. They can soluble in what beta? Organic solvents. This is our concept. Good. Our next point here I want to discuss with you, that is about the dipole moment. इसके बारे में बेटा dipole moment के बारे में discuss करना पड़ेगा. Right. Dipole moment symbol is nothing but mu, or simply we can say denoted with U letter now. Yes. What is the formula of ether? O bonded to R, again O bonded to R. Around oxygen there will be 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. Okay, I am going to write here 2 lone pairs. And the shape of this molecule is nothing but belt shape, same like water molecule. And oxygen undergo the hybridization is nothing but sp3 hybridization. Oxygen undergo the hybridization sp3. And what is the shape of this molecule? Belt shape beta. And here oxygen undergo the hybridization, that is nothing but sp3 hybridization. Okay na? Same like water molecule, sp3 belt shape. And water molecule is also polar compound. Definitely ether is also nothing but what is polar compound. So similarly, okay, now water से compare करना पड़ेगा. Yes, ether is also nothing but what polar compounds because of carbon to oxygen dipole moment and oxygen to lone pair dipole moment. it will be similar. Okay now I'm moving in same direction. यहाँ पर भी same direction में बताना पड़ेगा बेटा. So ethers are polar compounds. They are having certain dipole moment. Means we can say that NAD equals to 0. And you should be say that the dipole moment must be greater than 0. Let me consider one example. The example is CH3 bonded to O, again O bonded to CH3. One more example. CH3 bonded to O, O bonded to C2H5. Two examples I have taken here. Dimethyl ether, its dipole moment is 1.3 dibiunits. And ethyl methyl ether, its dipole moment is 1.18 dibiunits. Due to bulky ethyl group, it may causes little bit less dipole moment. Okay, right. Next information I want to give you about the density. What about density? Density means with respect to particular area we have to say the answer, Nana. So try to remember. In case of density, I want to say that ethers are lighter than water. Density कंपेयर किए समझो क्या बोलना पड़ेगा? Ethers are lighter than water. So try to remember that point. And last and final information here about the boiling points. About the boiling points. So boiling point का information कैसे बता सकते बोले तो try to remember बेटा. Alcohols they are having higher boiling points as compared to the ether. As compared to the ethers. What is the formula of alcohol? R bonded to OH. And what is the formula of ether? R bonded to O, again O bonded to R. Alcohols they can form the hydrogen bond, and due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond between alcohol to break the bond, you require more boiling point. But in case of ether, between ether to ether, no more hydrogen bond. See clearly. Ether can form hydrogen bond with water, but ether to ether, no more hydrogen bond. So between two ethers, definitely there will be no more formation of hydrogen bond. So simply we can say that lack of hydrogen bond. Due to lack of hydrogen bond, ethers they are having lower boiling points as compared to the alcohols. So why alcohols they are having higher boiling points beta? Due to formation of hydrogen bond. And why ethers they are having lower boiling points? Because of they do not have the capable of formation of hydrogen bonds. Something clearly? Yes. So now here one more example I want to tell you. First suppose the example about boiling point information. CH3 CH2OH. What is the name of this compound beta? Ethyl alcohol. And one more compound I am going to be considered here. That is nothing but CH3 bonded to O, again O bonded to CH3. Tell me one thing, what is the molecular weight of ethyl alcohol? That is nothing but 46 grams. And what is the molecular weight of dimethyl ether? It is also 46 grams. Both are having same molecular weight. Molecular weight is generally directly proportional to what we will say boiling point weight. But here, even though their molecular masses are same, but their boiling points are different. So why they are having boiling point? Okay, different type of boiling point. Due to reason is nothing but presence of hydrogen bond and absence of hydrogen bond. So ethyl alcohol, it contains more boiling point as compared to the dimethyl ether. As compared to the dimethyl ether. Because of again reason is same thing. Okay, now ethyl alcohol, it can form the hydrogen bond, and dimethyl ether, it cannot form the hydrogen bond. Here more association, here okay now no more association. So to break this bond you require more temperature, more boiling point, and ether is having less boiling point. They may ask you a question, Nana. Even though diethyl ether and dimethyl, even though ethyl alcohol and dimethyl ether, their boiling points may be same. Sorry. Even though ethyl alcohol and dimethyl ether, their molecular masses will be same, but their boiling points are different. Due to reason is ethyl alcohol forms hydrogen bond, and dimethyl ether, it does not form any type of hydrogen bonds. Okay? On the basis of that only we have to give the answer now. Good. And here last and final, I want to give you one objective information to you. That is nothing but one is water molecule, and one more I am going to take here ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH, and also we can take CH3CH2OH, and one more is a dimethyl ether, CH3 bonded to O, again O bonded to CH3, nothing but dimethyl ether, and one more I am going to consider propane, CH3 bond, CH2 bond, CH2, propane, and simply we can say that hydrocarbon. Yeah. What is the boiling point of water? You know very well, 373 Kelvin. And what will be the boiling point of ethyl alcohol? 351 Kelvin. And what will be the boiling point of dimethyl ether? That is equals to 248 Kelvin. And boiling point of hydrocarbon propane is 231 Kelvin. So from hydrocarbon to ether, ether to ethyl alcohol to water, here boiling point value goes to the increases because of water molecule contain more number of hydrogen bonds and due to more association to break this you require more temperature. समझे ना बेटा? Good. And one more thing I want to say here, dipole moment. Yes, water is nothing but polar compound. Its dipole moment is 1.9 and ethyl alcohol is 1.7 DY units. It is also polar. And dimethyl ether is just 1.3 DY unit. I have told you here also. And one more is nothing but propane. Yes, hydrocarbons are purely non-polar compound. Mostly we can consider their dipole moment nearly equal to 0. So we can say dipole moment is 0.1 DY unit. So यहाँ पर भी polar, यहाँ पर भी polar, यहाँ पर भी polar. They are having fixed dipole moments, but hydrocarbon non-polar compounds. So especially alkane. So it is nothing but non-polar in nature, and its dipole moment is nearly equal to 0. So यहाँ पर dipole moment भी क्या हो रहा है बेटा? From propane to water, dipole moment and boiling point values both goes to the increase. And once again comparison, water molecule weight 18 grams and ethyl alcohol 46 grams and dimethyl ether 46 grams and propane contain 44 grams. Okay, water contains special type of effect, more association with hydrogen bond. It contain more boiling point, ठीक है. But remaining three compounds they are having nearby same molecular masses ना बेटा. Again here also boiling point depends upon not on molecular masses, depends on their forces. It form hydrogen bond, ethyl alcohol and dimethyl ether, no more hydrogen bond but little bit polar nature, and in last one no polar, no hydrogen bond. समझे ना बेटा? This is the story about the now physical properties of what are not ethers. And in tomorrow's class we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of ethers. समझे ना बेटा?